Hey folks, so I'm actually on my way right now to return the Mazda CX-9, and yeah, I did something different this time. I actually didn't refer to the launch press kit. I didn't refer to the email from Mazda about the specs and the price. I didn't want any of that to actually detach from how I actually feel about this car. Now, I've been driving this car for a week, well, a weekend, and would you believe it? I'm trying to actually find stuff that I don't like about it, and I can't find anything that I don't like about the Mazda CX-9. Okay, maybe it's a bit too big. Yes, it might be a bit too big for some people, but hey, you know what? It's a 7-seater. It has to be big. And I've been scratching my head, trying to think of what it is I don't like about this car. I love the power. I mean, there is so much power in this car. Okay, maybe one thing. Yes, it needs all-wheel drive. I said that in the previous video. It really does need all-wheel drive. This thing has got so much power that I wouldn't say. I mean, it's got passive safety, it's got active safety, it's got traction control and all that, which you can actually turn off. Now, I have no idea why you want to turn the traction control off unless you're a juvenile and want to do burnouts, which in a front-wheel drive car just looks stupid. So don't do it. You know. Save yourself the embarrassment of appearing on social media as an idiot who did a burnout in a front-wheel drive car. Now, I love the NVH. I feel like I'm in a different world right now. Honestly, I mean, I cannot express it enough. You have to drive the CX-9 for yourself. I don't want to know what's the final on-the-road price, because it feels like it's worth $500,000. I mean, I'm serious. It's Japanese, yes. It's a Mazda, yes. But when you drive it, you won't believe how good it is. It is just that good. I honestly recommend anyone looking for a 7-seat SUV to actually go drive this Mazda CX-9. I'm driving on Glenmarie roads right now, and they've done a horrible job of actually cutting up this road, and I don't know what they have put in it, but the patch-up job, as you know, our patch-up jobs on roads are really horrible. And on a scooter, which I sometimes commute on, I've actually almost fallen off a few times just from hitting the patch-up jobs. That's how bad our patch-up jobs are. But this thing's just sailing over them like, yeah, so what? I didn't take this thing off-road. Of course not, because I don't think it's meant to. I don't think you're meant to take this thing off-road. It's just a really nice, comfortable 7-seater SUV. If you have a growing family or in dire need of a slightly bigger SUV. They say once you drive an SUV, you don't want to drive a passenger car. I can somewhat understand that, because the elevated driving position, the commanding view that I have, surrounding me, it's kind of hard to trade off to get back into a sedan where you're sitting slightly lower. And well, I don't have to tell you, if you've ever driven a passenger car and upgraded to an SUV, or if you've had an SUV and you upgraded to a better family sedan, you probably know what I'm talking about, because it's all in the drive experience. It's all in the way the car feels, and the sitting position definitely plays a huge role. It really does, because while I had this, I actually drove my own car for a little bit to go and just run it around the block, and I felt vulnerable. Yeah, I actually did. I actually felt a little bit vulnerable, because I'm like, why am I so low? Why am I sitting so low? So they say, yeah, once you drive an SUV, you don't want to drive a passenger car again, and that is absolutely true. I like just about everything about this car. I even like the sunroof. Ta-da! And so, like I said, I don't want to know the specs just yet, because it feels like it's got 300 brake horsepower. And a gazillion Newton meters of torque. It's just that quick. But then when you just putter around, like what I'm doing right now on the back roads of Glenmarie, you just putter around, and this thing is just quiet. It's comfortable. Whatever Mazda is asking for this car, I tell you now, it's worth it. It really is. It's worth it. This is one of the best SUVs I've driven, large SUVs I've driven in a very long time. And I'm actually a bit sad giving it back. Yeah, I never thought I'd say that about an SUV. As you know, I already said in my previous video, I've never, thought of an SUV as a personal car of mine. I've always been a sedan kind of guy. But as I grow later in my years, I think if I were to think about getting an SUV, this would definitely be on the short list. This would definitely be on the short list because it's just that good. And like I said, I've been trying to find things that I don't like about it, but so far I've not been able to. Maybe if I had it for a bit longer, hello Mazda, maybe if I had it for a bit longer I might, but thus far, in the almost 200 kilometers and the weekend that I've had with it, I cannot find anything to complain about it. It is just one of those things that you buy and I think you're going to be really, really happy with it. So as I always say, if you have the means and you're looking for something in this category, you would be very wise to check out the CX-9. I love it, I really do. Maybe get the silver one, because this grey one, it's just a little bit, the color doesn't do it justice. It just looks like a bigger CX-5. But get the silver one, because like one of my commenters said, it really does look majestic. The silver one, yeah, I agree. Red might be a bit too in your face, although I love that Mazda red. I gotta admit, that Mazda red is just brilliant, the one you see on the Mazda 6. I know a few friends who have actually painted their cars that color. I mean, they go to their paint shop and say, give me the Mazda red. And paint shops now actually know what they mean. Oh yeah, the Mazda red, yeah, it's nice. It's very nice. So anyway, I'm digressing. Honestly, last word, final say, you're looking for a 7-seat SUV, you're in the means, you got the budget, go have a test drive of this car. You won't regret it. So I'm at Mazda and I gotta give this baby back. Parting is such sweet sorrow. But until the next time, I'll see you all again. Bye.